Hey, welcome back to the podcast, everybody. It's your host, the Tengu God, coming at you with another one. Today, I got my homie, PK Skyler, so I'm gonna give him a call right now. Let's see what he's up to. Got some questions here. Yo, yo. Oh, hold on one second.
Yo, yo.
Yo, what's good, PK? Can you hear me clearly?
What's good, G?
Hey, man. Glad to have you on, dude. I feel like it's been a long time coming for us chatting anyways.
For real, dog. It's good to be on, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. So, just for anyone who's not aware of the lore of the PK Skyler legend, the life of PK, give us a rundown. Let us know who you are, how long you've been doing this.
Oh, shit. Well, just like, real quick, you know, it's your boy PK Skyler. Man, I've been writing raps since I was a teen, but really I started putting out officially in 2016, and I just been pushing ever since, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, what was the name of your first mixtape?
Yo, dog, the very first mixtape I was ever on was International Hustle with my boy White Q.
Ooh, speaking of that, actually, I was gonna bring this up later, but I was just looking up the Death by Meme album earlier by, what was that, Nizzy Nick, Wizen Blade? He did that one? Yeah. Could you tell me about that one for a moment?
Where do we begin, bro? That was a legendary album, for real.
So first off, it's a tribute album to OG Viper the Rapper, who unfortunately just had some issues going on there. I won't get into that, but I feel like the album is dope. I was looking at the album cover, that shit made me laugh, like, in a good way. Like, I like it, like, and I listened to a couple of the tracks, and like, that album, that's the older one.
Yeah, that's an OG album that came out in 2016. You know, that was when things were a lot more innocent with all that. I'll just say that. But fucking, that's my boy Nizzy. He made a real dope tribute album. Check him out, Nizzy Nick, Wizen Blaze. He's still out there. Hey, yo, he made a dope tribute album to me, White Cuban Vibes, and yeah. Also, shout outs to Rich Payne. I know he's somewhere too. He's on that album. He goes hard, bro.
Very cool. Now, I also wanted to ask, that track Kagome, that track is in my playlist, and I bump that regularly. Any, like, other backstory behind that you could give us?
Kagome, that's a, you know, some people have given me some compliments. I kind of feel like that's a banger for sure.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, dog. So, basically, that one, I see my boy walking up on me right now, but he might not notice me. Anyway, so basically Kagome, that one came out like near the end of 2020 on PK Mixtape 2. So, you know, I made that one with my girl Fiji, and, you know, really, Kagome is like, you know, I wanted to come kind of like with the style, like the kind of like, nerd weeb style a little bit, you know, but like I wanted to also come like kind of touching on some personal shit and kind of like, you know, put a little singing in there, and I had help making that video, the visualizer for it too, which I really kind of feel like brings it together. You know, it's got some personal like shit mixed in there too. I really kind of feel like, you know, Yash as a anime that a lot of us grew up with and stuff like that. So I thought it was cool to touch on a little bit. I don't know.
For sure. Like, I dig the track. Like, the whole thing is a banger.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So, let's see. G-Anon, how did that get started?
Oh, man. We going everywhere. You're going all over the place. G-Anon got started when me and Anon me and Anon have been homies since, again, like 2016, 17. And we've been
Been splitting
friends.
GXM bottles ever since.
Sure. Yeah, putting it lightly. Yeah. So, yeah, 19, end of 19, start of 20, we just started making our first album. We made the entire album all online, and you can check it out if you want, you know.
I'll drop some links in the comments below too, and also everywhere I share this at. I'm gonna post like links to your Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify.
Oh shoot, appreciate you, dog.
Hell yeah. So are you working on anything at the moment? I know Gianon just you guys just had your last show, right?
Yeah, so, you know, due to some logistical reasons, shit going a little haywire here and there.
Yeah.
We're still homies and everything, but we're kind of like, just like, you know, let's just take a step back for a second.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drama going on, not really with us, but more like just fucking other shit, man. Like, man,
local scene a little crazy.
Bro, that's why I don't play shows like that, man. It's drama for your mama sometimes in this scene shit, man. Down here, especially, like San Diego, bro. I love my city for real, like parts of it.
Shout out
like,
San Diego.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. But you know, I love the beach. I love my hood. I love kicking it with the boys. There's tons of nerdy shit going on. There's tons of music, dope shit, concerts, shit like that. But nah, I'm not so sure if I'm really feeling the concert vibe here. It's real pay to play. It's real phony. And yeah, bro, after some bullshit, lots of bullshit, I'm over playing shows for down here anyway.
Yeah.
And Gianon, yeah, we just taking a break. I don't know what's going on in the future, but yeah, Gianon, we taking a little break, bro.
Any potentially unreleased stuff that might be dropped in the future at any time?
So Gianon, there's still like plenty of stuff, but that I don't know when that's gonna see the light of day. That.
There was the remix album, which was pretty fire. I actually had.
Bro, you were on that. You were on that. That album was awesome. Hey, I really appreciate you remixing Crocodile Hunter because I jammed to that. That was tight.
Yeah, I had a fun time. I think that mix ended up being like at least like 8 or 9 minutes.
Bro, it's close to 15 minutes, I think, and it's fire. It's fire. Like, you can jam to that one.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to give it, like, a club vibe, something like that.
Man, it's like... kind of like an industrial club, like Batman Beyond.
Oh, yeah, or like the opening to Blade.
Here you go, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of imagining. You know, some blood pouring down from the fire hydrant things up there.
But, nah, bro, Gianon, you know, some other stuff going on with that, but PK, yeah, I got a couple things I'm working on, slowly getting back into everything with PK, yeah.
Hell yeah. Now, any, like, singles possibly in the works at the moment, or, like, EPs, concept projects?
Yeah, so I got a couple things so I got some collabs floating around for sure, but I got a couple EPs basically, or albums, projects that I'm kind of working on. One is a sort of like a electronic or dance themed kind. I say that really loosely, but I'm working on something new with Centaur Sapien.
Ooh, very nice. And speaking of Centaur Sapien, shout out Centaur Sapien. That album that you had with him. Let me just get the name right. The Way of PK. Like, how did that come about?
Yeah, that was a dope thing we kind of accomplished there. So basically, one day, Centaur Sapien was, you know, making some visualizers and stuff, and I kind of thought, like, he has some dope skills with that, and I was, like, thinking, hey, you should, like, use some other dope, you know, you should use these video skills in different ways, and he ended up making this little, like kind of like cut up like something I sent him, and he made this song from it.
Was it the round one?
And no, bro. It's not chronological order. First song we made was All Clean.
Oh yeah, okay, All Clean. Yes, yeah, all clean.
All Clean.
Yo, and I love that album too, because Centaur's beats are like wild. Like I have one track released with him, Life is a Gift. I'm actually gonna be performing that in like 2 weeks. But like, yeah, Webster Underground, Hartford, CT, the Volt Fest. It's May 16th. Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so I told him I'm gonna try and get some video of it and send him. But me aside, your album with him, like I love the beat style, like the way that he like kind of chopped up your freestyles, and like the videos too that you guys have. I'll drop some comments too, and I'll post the picture right here.
Oh, I'm with it, bro. Friggin' yeah, man, that's basically how that started. I just seen some untapped potential with his video making, and then he's seen some untapped potential with like, yeah, my freestyles basically, and we kind of collabed on that. We just started making videos, song video, and we wanted to keep that. We're like, you know what, let's do this. Let's make this a video album, and yeah, we made it. So
yeah, I think I was watching via like the social medias the creation of that album, because yeah, I remember it loosely because brain fog, but like yeah, I remember like the All Clean thing dropped, and then it was probably like the different rounds.
I think after All Clean was So Can You Feel Me? I think so. I think it was So Can You Feel Me? And then I think it was the Giant one.
Yes, I remember that one too.
Yeah. I was definitely into this. I was just like, Centaur, he's got a very unique style, and we're kind of able to like really experiment on this. So yeah, it was like the rounds started after the Giant one. I think that's when we really started getting our flow. Is the rounds. We went round 1, round 2, and then it kind of gets foggy. I remember we made like Dragon Ball Warriors, Ride It Up, A Nice Day,
Green Tea Listerine.
Oh, Green Tea, bro, Green Tea. I actually love making that because I was able to kind of like bring everything back together because, bro, White Cube is the Listerine Lord back from 2016, and then I felt like on Green Tea Listerine, I was like able to kind of flex that mixed with like the chill vapor vibes and like with the Japanese type aesthetic kind of going on, and I was able to get some love from Japan. Shout outs to Yumiko, the Planet Stone Plus. It's a Japanese band. These guys are dope, and they gave some love on Twitter, and they definitely showed it to some people in Japan. And shout outs to Mushroom Yuta, Santa Yuta. They definitely peeped out that shit too. And I just really respect everyone across the worldwide international shit. So shout outs to y'all.
Hey, for real, Koji and the Planet Stone. Yeah, I'm familiar with some of their stuff on Twitter. They definitely show love.
Yeah, they tight for real, and they make some dope music. Peep them out, they're tight.
For sure. Now, speaking of some Japan stuff, let me side topic there. Have you ever heard or listened to any of the music from Drug Papa?
Oh no, it sounds familiar, bro.
Yeah, I'll send you a link afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Please do. What was it like?
I would describe it sonically as like Japanese memes, auditorially maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, it's for real. There's kind of like some hyper pop elements, but it's like hyper glitch, I guess. Yeah, it's crazy. Some of the live footage I've seen has been wild. I feel like you might be into that.
Yeah, it sounds neat for sure. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah.
Now, alright, so let's see. We did the album with. Oh yeah. So speaking of the one with Fiji, how did that one come about? The In Life, the Sentient Dream.
Bro, so yeah, back in like, again, 2016, 17, I had talked with Fiji about this already because 2011 or 12 was the first time I played the video game LSD Dream Emulator, and I really got into it. I just feel like even now, to this day, I can still play that game for hours. It's just like so unique and very just like explorative, and it kind of like really showcases how I feel like video games can be art and things like that. So beyond that, the way that the music is like created or generated really in that game is like there's different like loops and things like that that change depending on like the textures of the realities and stuff. So I had this idea with Fiji since like 16, 17 of like, hey, let's just sample like because there's so many sounds in LSD Dream Emulator. Let's just sample LSD Dream Emulator and try to make some kind of like almost like a tribute concept album. And it didn't really get off the ground until maybe I feel like 2020-ish, but a little bit later than that. Around that time though, 2020-ish, when I was in Jianan, I found a PS1 like rip of all of the sound files from LSD Dream Emulator.
Oh shit, that's always a solid find.
yes, and I still have it all cleaned up into I think MP3s now. But at the time when I found it, I think from archive.org or something, it was all in the PS1 format of like, you know, audio files. So I had to like get basically like some old ass Winamp type shit.
So you had to just be able to play the files. That's crazy. That's fire.
And I went through that though, and I listened to, because there are a lot of songs on there a little too repetitive, or just the sound fonts don't sound good with that pattern. So I went through every file and filtered them out, and I gave them names and stuff too, just to kind of like have some sort of track IDs. And then yeah, there was hundreds and hundreds of sound files even after I filtered, and Fiji went through those and made all the beats sampling from those.
That's dedication for real. And I love Fiji's beats too, by the way. Like also the tribute album you have to the Ween vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, I absolutely love that album. Like I give that a bump. Like I have a playlist where I have like some of that stuff mixed with some of Noah 23's like Ween like tribute album that he did. It just, I feel like it all flows really nicely together. Oh yeah. I'll send you that one too. It should be on BANDCAMP. It might be on Spotify. I'm not sure.
I want to peep that. I didn't know that. I'm always down here more Ween covers.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I meant to ask him about that the other day. I actually had him on the podcast a couple days ago.
You did?
Yeah. Big 2-3 dog.
That's cool. Yeah, I know of him. I don't like know him personally, but that's tight.
Hell yeah. I recommend you check him out. I got a little I also put a playlist together of my personal favorites from you. I'll send that to you later too, but I did the same thing with him right before the interview just to be able to dive into the music, be able to share it with people a little more easily.
That's really cool. I really like the idea of this, and thanks for having me on again for sure. I was checking out the one with IP you did. It was chill. It was cool.
Hell yeah, they got that Japanese tour coming up. I know he's putting together some tracks. I'd recommend you see what they're up to right now, because I know they're putting together a little compilation of like underground artists right now to help push when they're over on their tour.
Oh, that's tight. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I've been wanting to get like more underground artists on here, people that like I personally am a fan of, and also I'd like to know, and I feel like more people can find through like this podcast thing I'm doing.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea, and I again appreciate you having me on. I think hopefully people will branch out and check out a little more stuff that they might have never heard before.
So, side thing, have you seen any UFOs out there in San Diego?
Whoa. Personally, I don't think so.
Have you seen anyone that might have been abducted?
Well, I mean, I knew a dude that said he saw a UFO, but I don't know if I've really ever experienced that myself.
Alright. Let's see. Yeah, just because there's been some crazy things in the sky going on, so I'm trying to hear what other people around the world, if they've seen anything crazy.
I don't look at the sky nearly enough, so that's one thing. Yeah, no, I can't say I've noticed anything, but definitely, I mean, I think it's definitely plausible, even though I've never seen anything.
Now, speaking of the occult, if your music could be used to summon a demon, what would the terms of the deal be?
You want to be real? Geonon already can summon demons.
Oh shit. There we go.
Yeah.
Is there a Patreon or anything that people can come and request a spell or something from you guys from? Or a summoning? A seance, if you will?
You guys can send money to my PayPal if
Hey,
you want.
send all of your money to PK Skyler right now.
Yep. But yeah, if you wanna summon a semen demon, you can hit up Geonon.
Very cool. I'll link a description also to Gianon's music and everything you guys have out.
Cool.
Hell yeah. So, it's another one. If your studio was haunted, what ghostly collaborators would you invite?
That's a good story, actually. So, I'm pretty sure I got visited by the ghost of Gang Starr one time.
Gang Starr. Tell me about that one.
Okay, so I was hanging out with my boy JB and one of my other friends and we were in her room and freaking I was just talking about, I don't think she ever heard that song Moment of Truth, and I was just like talking about it, like how that song is really really deep and like really speaks to me on a lot of levels and has got me through some tough times. And again, this happened to be back in the magical year 2016. So I was it was late at night too. It was like 3 in the morning or something. And I was just introducing the song before we played it because I really wanted to give it, its dues. And literally, as soon as we pressed, and we were just listening to music all night, everything's fine in the room, everything's all normal, lights are on, everything's all normal. As soon as I pressed play and the beginning of the song started, all of the lights and all of the power in the house flickered off, then on, then off, then on, then stayed off, and then came back on, and the song came, and I was like, okay, I'm really, if I've ever been visited by a ghost, that is the time, because seriously, it's just way too weird of a coincidence. I don't know, I felt like it was way too weird of a coincidence.
That definitely would, that would trip me out for sure.
Yeah, I just felt like Gang Starr wanted to make his presence known, that I was, tapped in talking about him.
Now, speaking of people that you've been into, what artists got you influenced?
One of my influence and favorite artists, I don't know if those are similar or not, because
yeah,
I don't get it.
I guess just your favorite people that got you your interest peaked in music growing up.
It's so hard. It's just so different in different times of life, but well, I really early, I'm talking freaking 4 or 5, stuff like that. My dad showed me Devo. I've always been into Devo ever since. Devo's a heart, I really am into Devo. They're freaking hardcore.
I like the funkiness they got going on.
Yeah, they're super weird, and they're super cool. And so Devo was one of my first ones. Ween was really early too. I started, Gorilla. So yeah, Gorillas, and then when I think where I started branching out into more music was after I listened to Gorilla's first album, and I was like, yo, this guy on Rock the House and Clint Eastwood, he's so dope. And then I found out about Deltron 3030, and then I was like, okay, once I listened to Deltron 3030, then I really started like branching out in a lot of different paths of music. And then I started, you know, getting older, and I started listening to Jabez a ton, and all of those types, like, you know, friggin' Fat John and just every like beat maker like at that era. Oh, you know, I was super into Wu-Tang and all that kind of stuff in that time. But then, as I got older, it's just like influences change. I mean, for rap in general, I've always just kind of tried to be like my own self. Like, I'm not really trying to emulate anybody else's style or cadence or anything. And like, I don't know. Like, my influences are pretty obvious, you know, like they're video games and freaking anime and shit like that. And yeah, I just happen to like a ton of random music along the way. For Gianon, there's like tons of, you know, more heavier stuff that I like was like getting, or I mean heavy quotations, like I mean Shadows music from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and like,
oh hell yeah, this freaking Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack, that thing's banging. The Chow Garden soundtrack, oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm really big into video game OSTs actually. Like, man, I could go off naming video game OSTs for real. That influenced me.
Same. I have been wanting to sample the Persona 3 soundtrack since like high school to work it into something, but I just haven't figured it out yet. But like that soundtrack, the Yu-Gi-Oh, like the anime soundtrack that they had, I sampled this one track, and it was such a pain because the OST is not released, so I had to record the audio via Crunchyroll through a web browser on my laptop, drag that file into FL Studio, use the brand new STEM AI thing they have in the FL Studio now to like rip out the vocals and then just the like melodic elements and like whatever bass or drums for the more advanced stuff. But I was able to just rip the OST sound, so I was able to sample that. But man, it was work, but it was worth it. But still.
Super.
Yeah, man, I'm a fan of OSTs also. Big fan. Now speaking of that, have you ever perused or found anything cool on like the /mu board back in the day, or up to its recent shutdown?
Oh man.
I think over the past few years that site has gone. I kind of tapped out around like 2009, but.
Yeah. So yeah, like actual Moo and B and stuff. Yeah, like 2009. Yeah, I like basically 10 maybe checked out. I think 9 sounds about right. But in 16. Okay, no, I went on Moo and 4chan again in like 14, 15. That's like actually when I was on it, like I'd say the most really. And I wasn't really like on it though.
Witnessing the chaotic, decrepit wasteland that is the Band Rock.
But after, in 16 though, there was this freaking Facebook Mew group, bro, and that thing was, oh my god, like there will never be another time like that. Like that's where I met YQ. That's where I met a whole bunch of people that I still know to this day. That's where we made Hornus Legion and all the crazy.
Oh yeah, Hornus Legion. That's the old school drop right there.
All that old school crap started from Facebook Mew. So real Mew was, I just lurked and looked here and there. But Facebook Mew, I was on there, especially 16, 17. It was wild times for sure.
So that was actually a pretty influential place in the underground, the 2016 Mew scene.
For some reason, yes, it was. The Facebook Mew group was, for some reason, very influential in underground music at that time, actually. Yeah, a lot of people that I know from that group, I see online, I still follow online and stuff, and they're doing great things. And yeah, a lot of talented people from their group, actually. We're all meme lords, shit posters and stuff, but, you know, hey.
I actually rebooted up this channel I'm uploading stuff on, the Vapor Chill Deathwave channel, because I actually had a video 16 years ago that went, I'd say like borderline viral, and that ended up getting taken down because it was either questionable content in the GIFs or just the fact that it was like 16 years ago and I was using, it was like a collaboration of memes. I like synced up the best I could to the song The Concept of Love, the opening to the Jet Set Radio Future.
I love that song.
Hell yeah, that was like my first like, what is it called, like AMV type thing.
Yes.
Yeah, like I feel like there's definitely some people that probably saw it because it got a lot of views, but then it got taken down like, I don't know, like 10 years ago.
Oh, that's whack. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good because this channel still lives, and here I am doing this now, 16 years later.
It's fire. It's cool. It's the evolution.
Hell yeah. So, have you noticed an uprising of more like rap meets anime slash like otaku vibe concepts going on?
Yeah, that started before me. I really wanted to start making music in 2011, which I really should have, because I feel like at that time it was a lot more novel and kind of cool.
Not as oversaturated. I've heard that term
Yeah,
used quite a bit, and
yeah,
I
now
can
it is
agree.
pretty oversaturated.
Yeah, I feel with the use of like AI tools, people can just type in like, I want a track that sounds like Skrillex, but like 2013, and then they just get that, and then they put it
Yeah,
out.
dude, it's kind of scary sometimes. Like, okay, is this track AI or not? Like, whoop, is this part AI or not? Like,
Right, like that's why I personally have a big. Well, I've always had like a personal soft spot for underground music and like the, what would you call the experimental internet niche, like vapor? I don't know. It's hard to put a tag on anything because then it throws it in a certain direction. But you kind of get what I'm going at.
yeah, totally. It's
The
just
fringe
this
outsider vibe.
Kinda, yeah. It's kind of an outsider vibe. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just this wavy, like, you can go so many directions with it, which people do, but I've totally been into it ever since I realized it existed. I think a lot of people don't even understand how deep it all goes and how many artists there really are out there. Like SoundCloud back in 16, 17 was way more poppin', and I was able to like get collabs going and stuff just off SoundCloud. Like now it feels like, I don't know if it's AI, I don't know if it's just social media, I don't know what's going on, but something is happening to the internet that's it's completely different, even just from a few years ago, you know?
For sure, yeah. Like I don't know if it's just everyone's becoming aware that there's like the whole dead internet theory that like what 80% of the internet is just like manufactured literally or something like that.
Right. Like we're not seeing. Like I was reading an article the other day. It was talking about Flashpoint. I don't know if you know what that is.
Like no, I'm thinking of when robots meet humanity. I'm thinking of something else.
No. Check out Flashpoint. So Flashpoint is you know how they killed Macromedia Flash, so you can't use Flash anymore. You know that, right?
Yeah, but luckily we still have VLC player.
Yes. So check out this thing, Flashpoint. It's literally an archive of like every old school Flash thing that's like ever existed. And yeah, luckily Newgrounds has I forget what it's called that they use, but they have something that translates Flash. But yeah, so Flashpoint is like has every Flash thing that's ever existed. You play lots of old school games, stuff like that. But I was reading an article about it, and it was really kind of talking about how everything on Flashpoint, regardless of how good it is or not, it required someone to make it with their hands, like, you know, to create something. And we're getting to a point where we're having machines be creative for us. I understand, you know, computers, like in the sense, you know, virtual DAW, but when you take the human element out of it entirely,
yeah, and you're using nothing but like Chord Genie and like AI rhythm making tools. Yeah, I feel like it definitely takes it out. Like I feel like it adds just so much more soul when I just like sample in like my own instrumentation. Like I have a bass, I have an acoustic guitar, I have, you know, my MPC, which I like to like punch in the drums live, take quantization off, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't sound exactly one-to-one, but that's the human element to it. It's not supposed to be perfect. That's why jazz was huge.
Yeah, exactly. And just looping back to like the internet and stuff, it's like, so we used to be creating a lot more, and we're just like the things that we are creating, like you know, this is a big reason why you and I don't have a ton of followers. It's like we don't want to just sit there and make a video every day about like nothing, just like doing some dumb dance or like, you know, like some funny quote unquote meme thing to like get your song going. Like, you know, it's all about just like how can we attract people's like ADHD brains that have become like so small. It's like we lost a lot of the element. The forums are more like non-existent. Everything is just becoming corporized. The old internet is officially dead, I feel like.
I don't feel like anyone uses Tumblr seriously anymore.
No, and I used to use Tumblr actually in like 11 and stuff.
I think I still have one up somewhere.
Yeah, it used to be people like trying to connect with each other through the internet. It was like the internet is a tool we're using to connect everyone, and now it feels like...
Yeah, it feels like it's like an individual void for everybody, and it's like, yeah, there isn't that much interconnection, aside from like, you know, arguing on like neighborhood community Facebook forums.
Right, everyone's just arguing with each other and saying and liking like base level reactions. There's no real, it feels like genuine connection and creativity sometimes anymore. I mean, granted, I do see some people making some cool stuff out there.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some earnest attempts at it, but it's definitely hard to gain traction, I feel, especially in 2025 at least.
Oh yeah, as if you're starting out, you have to know. It's all knowing how to play the game at this point, and it's just all becoming a giant corporized game. But it sucks because the internet didn't always used to be that way.
Yeah, I feel like I'd say I got started with the music stuff back in like, I've been playing acoustic guitar since like, I don't know, early 2000s, but I'm not gonna include any of that stuff. Like electronic stuff, I think I was messing around in OG Audacity in like 2010, 2011. Like, you know how Audacity used to be before it had the VST compatibilities. It was just like bare bones. Like, here's a volume knob, here's a panner. Good luck with Paul stretch, whatever the hell that does. Like, yeah, like the bare bones. I feel like nowadays there's just so much. Because I remember the difficulty of being like, all right, do I want to choose like FL Studio? Do I want to choose Ableton? Do I want to choose Reaper? Do I want to choose like what? So I remember that. Now there's like freaking so much. You got BandLab, you got like AI tools. But
yeah, I'm real old, man. I remember when it was just Fruity Loops. Like, that's what you used. It was Fruity Loops and, yeah, Audacity.
Or like an MPC and an 8-track. SP4.
I mean, there's something that's more... Like, everyone's trying to emulate the past and nostalgia and shit anyway for a reason. Like there's something that's more genuine about that, about less technology making greater output. I mean, that's kind of what we went for on GNR. We were using the craziest shit in the world, but
that Hello Kitty, shout out that Hello Kitty drum kit.
Shout out to the Hello Kitty drum set. Yeah, if anybody's watching this, I don't know what I'm talking about, go to GN on YouTube and go look at us playing at the Cake House.
I'm gonna put a link to that. But yeah, and then the John Cena cutout too. Even though nobody can see it, but it was a solid addition.
That was our second drummer, bro. Our first drummer was Travis Barker.
Oh hell yeah.
He got kicked out of the band though.
Yeah, he was pissing on the drum kit.
So what do you think like the future of like underground stuff is? Do you think it's gonna start moving in more of like a crazy jazz direction, or do you think it's gonna like go back to like, I don't know how it would even go back to like mixtape era, because I don't know what the new addition with that would be.
Well, freaking Dat Piff's dead, so I feel like mixtape era is over almost. I still see some people grinding, dropping mixtapes, but it's like everyone's gonna be in their own. I feel like it's almost less. I feel like it's almost less connection now for some reason. I hope everybody keeps growing, and I will try to reach out when I can. But I've been feeling like, hey, almost we have to. It kind of jazzy in the sense that we have to figure out our sounds, and sometimes experiment more and figure out just more ways of creating music and making maybe new sounds, maybe evolved sounds, maybe retreading, who knows, but just to kind of keep the whole dream alive. I don't know if that even makes sense.
Yeah, or whatever, like, I don't know, whatever I felt back in like 2011, 12, when I was first discovering like Daniel Lopton, Tim Hecker era vaporwave. There was like Chanel Pressure, his release with the Ford and Lopton release. That was pretty fire. Like when 10 Tricks dropped.
Yeah, well that one's legendary.
Yeah, Replica, like the Sleep Dealer era, like when he was and he was performing that stuff live too, which I thought was like amazing. Because I was like, all right, he's performing Sleep Dealer live, and that's like not the most technical track. Like he sampled some stuff, but like still to see vaporwave on like a live performance in the daytime at like a festival type thing, that was pretty like inspirational to me personally. Like,
I feel that. I actually kind of felt similar. Maybe it was 18, 19, I don't remember the year exactly, but like I saw Young Bay with my friend, and I was like, yo, this is awesome to see future funk
live
with all these Japanese samples actually performed live.
Now, do you remember if were they doing the lyrics live, or did they have them already like in the set?
So they were already. He was DJing. It was already mixed into the set. He wasn't like doing the lyrics, but yeah.
Now, do you think, like, I don't know, do you think there's an element where if the artist was doing that and then they had the lyrics live without the vocals, do you think that would have even more of an impact on the audience, or do you think it'd be about the same and no one would even notice?
Depends, man. It's like some people can really appreciate having, they can appreciate like music as art and like other musicians and what it takes to perform and things like that, but other people just want to listen to the vibe and they don't even care what's going on up there, so
they just want to
just
bounce
being
around
real
with the homies.
Depends on the people.
Yeah. Now, any cool local artists in your area that you'd like to give a shout out to, or like in the underground scene?
Okay, in my area, I don't barely know anybody down here, just to be real. Oh, you know what? Shout out to Love Mask. They're pretty cool. They're a local band. Shout out to Love Mask. Yeah, shout out to Love Mask. They're cool. Respect to Love Mask. Shout out to Sleeping Faceless. I fuck with them. They're pretty cool too. Yeah, so shout out to Sleeping Faceless. They got like a cool kind of like almost like a new metal vibe. So, and Love Mask, they're kind of like a hard rock band. Yeah, shout outs to Close Enough. Don's cool. Don's always been a cool homie. And SD, I mean, shout out to Anon. Oh, well, shout outs to Pious Temerity. Shout out to Sacricle. Yeah, there's some cool bands. And moving on from them, in the underground, it's gonna be hard to remember everybody. I got like so many homies to shout out, like if I'm gonna try, but yo, oh my god.
Or anything like recent that you've seen anyone drop that you think other people should be checking out right now?
Just do me and yourself a favor. Just go to Bosby's SoundCloud that he made, or Spotify, I don't know, but just go to Misha Bosby's like Instagram or page and just check out his shit and go look. He made a list, like a playlist of like a lot of underground people, and he got his own spin on there. He got like explanations and all this. It's real tight. So
Hey, shout out
yeah.
Misha Bosby, man. Like for real,
Yeah.
Bosby's dope. I'll put a link to that.
Shout out Busby for real. He dope as fuck. Shout out Wave Mage.
Hey,
Yeah,
Wave Mage.
yo, they're tight. They tight. Shout out Glow Streetlights and all them. But yeah, fucking Bosby. Go to his page. He definitely got a playlist going on. Shout out to Tengu God. I haven't even shout out to Tengu God since I've been on the shit. But shout out to Tengu God. Fucking go to his shit. Check out all his shit. He probably got like lots of love spreading around for other artists too. So you know you can get linked up. Yo, okay, almost gonna sleep on this one. Shout outs to Pyroglyphics, man. Shout outs to Pyroglyphics. This
Hell
dude is
yeah.
fire. Shout out to Pyroglyphics. He just dropped a video. He got like 20 views. So if you want to go peep that, I think it's his first video. It's pretty dope. I was fucking with it for sure. I love his style. We might have a collab floating around. Shout out to Pyroglyphics. Man, I can do this all night, bro. What else you got for me?
All right. Let's see. Well, I guess what does the future hold for the life of PK?
The life of PK, man, it's just beginning. The life of PK is always evolving, always going up. But you know, it's like I'm gonna stay the same, and I'm gonna do my thing at the same time. Like it's me, man. I'm living it up. I'm doing it to fucking max.
Hell yeah. Now, is there any advice you want to give to any people maybe like coming into the game or who's been kicking around that's maybe just looking for a little bit of inspiration or any advice?
Well, I tell everybody the same thing, no matter what. Be yourself. Just please be yourself. Just be yourself, no matter what that is. Just accept yourself as whoever you are. Try to love yourself and just be yourself. And if you are unabashed and unashamed, then you can make some really, really tight shit. Because I feel like if you're just tapping into your real self, you can just kind of like shape the world and create reality a little bit in your own way. That's like part of why I wanted to even do music. I just kind of wanted to put my little story and my little spin on everything out there in the universe. And I feel like if everybody kind of tries to do that more, maybe, just maybe, everybody would understand each other a little bit.
I feel that, and that reminds me of that Aphex Twin track that opens up sampling the Willy Wonka movie where it's like, we are the dreamers of dreams.
You know, I love that movie, the OG one.
Oh yeah, that one, thinking back on it, like on a side note, I feel like there were a lot of movies back in the day with allusions to being like, beware the Hollywood media or some shit like that. It's like, beware the riches and the wealth of the world because it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Right. That's kind of what I've always believed in my life. It's like, of course I want to be rich and just have a bunch of money and not have to think about anything. Of course I do. But at the same time, it's like, do I want to sell out like that? No, I don't. I want to be myself. Like, of course there's, you know, like bending to of like following rules, you know, there's things like that, you know, of course that, but like, why do I have to make myself a product? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
why do we
like
have
try and become a gimmick.
Yeah, it's just not me. It's just never been me. Some people, it's them, and they can really like separate that, and you know, good on them. I respect that too. Get your money. But for me, it's just always been like, for real, get your money. But it's like, unless I'm doing something as some other crazy artist that I'm probably gonna have a mask on and a way different pseudonym, it's like me, I'm PK Skyler, and like most people when they're artists, they just come as themselves. So you know at some point what is the character, what is the person, like, you know what I'm saying? Like there becomes a time where you gotta kind of just accept you are the artist. The artist is you. This is who you are. You don't have to fake it. in any way.
Exactly, yeah. I was grappling a little bit with my whole artist name for a little bit over the years, because I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to start a new project, because since like 2012, like I've been cycling, like once a project starts to get popular or it gains like a lot more attention than usual, I'll cut it and can it and delete everything and then start something else. So I was considering doing that the past few years, but I was like, you know what? Like I'm not being a gimmick with this stuff. Like it has developed into this, not so much I wanted to be this at this point. Because the Tengu moniker, I mean, we have a collab back in like my '94 Tengu days.
Yeah, I have like two that say like 94 Tengu Dante and stuff.
Shout out those old ones, Dante of the Tengu, those old school names. But yeah, so I was like, you know what? Tengu also I break it down to TENGU, you know, tell them never give up. So that's also one. Hell yeah, just gotta spread the motivation and the positivity like Lil B. But yeah, because I was
shout out to Lil B, Base World.
Shout out Lil B. Yeah, so I was like, you know what? That's positive. It stays in line with like the message I've been trying to be following, like be uplifting. Like I have like some stuff where I go into like sad parts of my life, and I could definitely write stuff. I got a story, but like I definitely would like to spread more positivity and encourage others to continue to follow down the path of like inner discovery instead of like trying to make themselves inside what they think the world wants them to be. If that makes sense.
Exactly.
Now,
shout out to Malik McFly. I mean, shout out to Gorgeous Hefe. That dude, I've rocked with him since like 16. He's tight.
I feel like I've definitely seen that name around. I probably had some interactions.
Oh, and shout out to KJ Valium.
Oh hell yeah, KJ Valium.
Shout out to KJ fucking Valium, y'all.
Alright, while we're on the topic, I love like the live stuff I've seen from that dude. Like the like that's like the vibe that I'm like, alright, he's got something going on there. I like it.
Oh my gosh,
this.
have you seen, is there a video maybe of him playing with us in LA? Because that was like,
I think so, because I remember seeing you and him linked up for like something, and I think it was like he was on like, I don't know, I feel like it was dark out and there was like screaming.
Oh no, that one is the ranch, bro. That one is at the ranch. Yo, that was epic. That was the first time I ever seen KJ Valium live. He legit like threw a table off a cliff. It was epic, man.
Yeah, I think that's the one I'm thinking of. That one seemed pretty lit, and like stuff like that makes me wish I was there so bad.
Yeah, we gotta get everyone at some more noise shows. Shout outs to the noise freaking world.
Hey.
Shout outs to Boredom. Shout outs to Mel Banana. Shout outs to the freaking noise people down here. I think it's like Bird Eater Entertainment. Shout outs to all them Dev MV and all of them. Shout outs to Bubblegum Octopus and all you noise crazy motherfuckers. Keep that shit rocking. Yeah, I'll try to find video. He played with us in LA, and he made the Pacific Graveyard album. Was like the Pacific Theater, the Pacific Graveyard. It's like a trilogy. Nah, he had even more almost epic performance because he had like a screen behind him with real like weird ocean imagery, and then he's like freaking just like really into it, and then like real being performative. I remember one part he had like plastic bag over his head, freaking the hell out. I'm like, yo, this is epic. And just shout outs to him as a dude. I know him like in person. I've hung out with him in person a few times. He is really freaking chill and cool.
Hell yeah, I'd love to see him do a podcast or something one day. Anything more from KJ Valium, I'll take it happily.
Dude, I'm sure you could talk to him and get a bunch of fucking crazy shit out of him.
Oh yeah, I think I mentioned he saw one of the videos. I think he posted it on Instagram, something about like the IP one. And I was like, yo, I'd love to have you on. So maybe it's in the air.
Oh, dude, I'll bug him. I'll bug him. I'll say, hey, I want to hear you talk to freaking the Tengu God.
Oh hell yeah, yeah, I would totally be down to have him. Like I've been trying to get more underground local peeps. Well, not local, but like communal in the circles.
Hell yeah, every day we gotta bring everybody up. I fuck with that, and just shout out to everybody trying to bring everybody up for real. Anybody who has ever been in my collabs, ever been in my DMs, ever just liked any of my songs or commented on any of my songs, shout out to you. Shout out to anybody who's ever listened to my song and for real, like for real.
Hey, shout out to all the fans and all the listeners right now.
For real. Anybody who's listening to this, shout out to you, for real.
Alright, I guess like a couple more things before we close it out. I think it's coming up on like close to 50 minutes now.
Whoa, oh man.
Hell yeah.
Shoot, I was
Hell yeah.
like nothing. Oh, man.
We got the scoop, and I definitely would love to have you on again at some point, like for sure.
Yeah, I'll try to be a little more concise and like on topic. I feel like I was a little everywhere.
Oh, you're good. You're good. This podcast is supposed to be a little chaotic.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Chaos control.
All right. Now, any projects that you have heard about that you're like looking forward to from anyone else at the moment, or?
Man, shout out to Light Beam Conflux.
Yes.
I forgot to say that. Shout out to Light Beam Conflux. Go listen to fucking Spaceball Yoda. I fucking love that song.
Hey, Spaceball Yoda. Now that's Centaur Sapien and
his boy, man, W Conks.
W Conks. Yes.
W Conks is tight, at least from what I know of him.
Yeah, I believe they did a live performance last year. Was it maybe?
I think so. I think he did something for Bosby.
Yes. Yeah, and also again, shout out Bosby for doing all the pushing and stuff down in Florida that he's been doing too, because he puts in a lot of work, and I don't think he gets enough credit for it.
Oh, he's deaf, and him and his girl. Shout out to Bosby and his girl. They're both fucking
PPS.
working. Yeah, PPS. Oh man, she fired. Shout out PPS. I think, oh man, we gotta hear some more from her too.
Oh yeah, I believe there's some stuff in the works right now. I won't talk about anything I'm not really too certain of right now, but I believe there's some pretty dope shit from Bosby and PPS.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah. So I guess I don't know. I kind of went through all my notes here. Is there anything else you want to talk about or plug before we wrap it up?
I don't even know what's coming up from anybody else. I mean, keep your eye on everybody. Well, shout out to Fiji.
Hell yeah.
Auto Stereogram Music. L Maxwell.
Yeah.
No, L Maxell.
L Maxell, yes.
Yeah, shout out to them, hardcore, and just any of my old school homies. If you're out there, like shout out Leak Soda, and shout out to L, and shout out to everybody. Just shout out to everybody. If you interacted, all my homies, and just real shout out to my real homies too. Echo Squad, y'all know me. So. Yeah, real quick before we do wrap it up, man, I just wanted to be like, really say thank you for having me on. Yeah, freaking, I definitely want to like, I didn't even mention it. This is something I've been wanting to talk to you about too. I definitely want to start working with our little low-key thing that we've been having again. Because I think our project could definitely be something cool too.
Hell yeah, I've been building up a couple little beat like ideas here and there in anticipation of it. Now we're talking about the potential GM one, extraterrestrial.
Yeah, the potential, yes.
Hell yeah, yeah, I'm still down for that concept too. I still got the artwork.
Okay, dope.
Hell yeah.
I want to talk more about that, yeah, but
And I've been trying to dive into a little less away from the auto-tuning, emotional stuff to dive into more of like not a serious rap vibe, but more of like that track I've got with Centaur Sapien, where it's like more of me just like flowing, not so much like, I don't know, I just want things to be a little more free, bring it all back to like where I started.
Totally, that's what I was feeling when I was doing with PK. I was like, I'm really tapping in back in that old school energy, and it feels good actually.
Yeah, like with I don't mind saying the name, Glock Martians, that the concept piece right there. Yeah, I was definitely thinking of like some old school style, like not cloud era rap, but like that kind of vibe, like some kind of like
yeah. I know what you mean.
like I know boom bap's kind of like fading away right now, but I feel like with a little bit of like futuristic, like sparkly elements mixed with like a crunchy kind of boom bap structure, I feel like that would be dope.
Yeah, because it's like, right, we do try to do different styles and evolving rap styles and stuff like that, but I feel like we still gotta keep more of a, you know, we don't have to stick to just because it's considered boom bap doesn't mean it's gonna be the same exact thing as the old school days, you know what I mean?
Exactly, and especially the way I like to like produce and fuse things, I like to add in like some vapor style productions where it's like, alright, I'll slow this one part down, or like I'll down pitch the vocals here, or like I'll pitch them here. Or just like there's so many ways to get creative that I feel like people just don't spend the time to put it in the studio. Which that's like part of the production process that I personally love.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. Is there anything that you're working on right now that you're dropping?
Yeah, I've got a couple things going on right now. There's a little some tracks I got in the works with my local homie Milo's. He's like a Connecticut artist right now. He actually put together the Volt Fest that I'm performing at in a couple weeks. I got some little thing with him cooking up. I'm actually going to be releasing a little EP like a week before the show that's going to be some of the new tracks that I'll be performing live, as well as just like some fun like sound like files I've been working on, kind of in like a vapor style, some in like a jungle house style. It's experimental for sure.
Okay, that sounds cool, man. I'm always interested in hearing more of your stuff.
Hell yeah. And then I'm actually putting together a little thing for the IP showcase that they got going on, that they're going to be helping to push people that have been tapped in for a while.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then of course this podcast game right now, which I still gotta roll out the interview I did with my homie Takeda Fu over in Japan. And then yeah, I got a couple more interviews lined up. I won't drop the name just yet, but I got some pretty other dope people.
That's tight. I'm interested to see what else you got going on with this. This is a really cool idea. I know I said like 50 times.
No, I definitely you have been like right in the center of like a lot of the stuff over the past years I've come back to, especially in like the underground, because we like me and you we go back like I'd say pre-2020, like past the files back. Did we connect through SoundCloud or Facebook?
Dog, I don't know. All I know was Nizzy. Like I knew you from Nizzy. That's all I knew, and then we connected everywhere. And then we were like, yeah, bro. I was like, this guy's tight.
I fell out of touch with Nizzy. I gotta get in touch with him again.
Yeah, bro. He's going through some more rough shit right now, but yeah, he's always gonna be a homie for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely remember some stuff. I think I had like a project with him and Vlad. I don't know what happened to him either.
Yeah. Oh, you mean VDMR?
Yes, yeah.
So I think VDMR does music under a different name now.
Okay.
But I miss radio content for real.
Yes, that was like, I remember that being like a pretty dope, just random underground thing that was going on for a while. They feature some of
I love radio content for real. I'm sad that stopped. I used to listen to that all the time. I know we used to be on it sometimes, which was dope, but like, I used to listen to it anyway. It was tight mix.
I feel like that, back at that time period, that was one of the things that was like, this is who is underground right now. And there were like so many other different people that I got introduced to just like from listening to that. Because I'd be like, oh shit, to sound narcissistic, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm on this, I definitely gotta check it out. And then
I mean, of course, it's like, come on.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm getting shown some love right now. And it's like, who else is on this? Like, this is dope. This is like who's in the network right now. Like, sick.
Oh, Yeah, for real. I was on this I think it's called Gabe Records with CG one time. That's when we made Depression Obsession, and there's some other collab things that I was on too, and it's good. It's always good to collab, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. And another fire collab you have is Neapolism with Bosby.
Okay, Bosby and me made Neapolism, a whole little EP that he had like the idea for. I'm really behind that. Shout outs to all the Saturdays mixes. Shout outs to the OG mix if you can find that with Wave Agents and Sapien and shit. Oh my god, I love that one. But there's a bunch of cool mixes of that. And shout outs to the last song that me and Bosby made, Mind Ops. I feel like we kind of went crazy on it.
Mindscapes or
Mind Ops.
Mind Ops. Okay, that one's actually not on the Spotify one. I think that one is just on the BANDCAMP part.
It's a more low key. You can find the video though on my YouTube if you want to check it out.
Hell
It's
yeah.
got like a Gex visualizer going on.
Oh, okay, yes, I remember that one. Yeah, with the video game, right? Like the live.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
yo, okay, yeah, I'm gonna drop a link to that one also.
Took control of that video. That it was nice for sure, and he really made some dope shit going on with the sounds in there. I like it.
Yeah, like, shout out to Bosby too. Shout out to everyone else in the underground right now who's been pushing and who's continuing to push.
For real.
Yeah,
For
but
real.
all right, man. Well, I'll wrap it up now and let you get back to the life of PK.
Yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for your time. And I would love to, like, chat outside of this sometime or get to brainstorming on Glock Martians.
Yeah, dude, I'm down. I'm super down. We gotta just get back into it.
Yeah, and I know life is busy, so no rush, but you keep me posted. I got you.
Oh, we gonna link up for show, bro, again.
Hell yeah. All right, man. Well, have a good rest of your night, and I'll catch you again soon. I'll hit you up once this is out.
For sure, bro. I appreciate you having me on. You have a great night yourself.
Yo, and right before I close this, could you send me, if it's not too much trouble, any, like, videos or, like, little short clips? I'll, like, add them in this.
Like, what you mean?
If you got, like, I don't know, anything I could add in, like, videos of, like, you doing, like, anything, or, like, just random stuff I could, like, splice in and editing, just to kind of give people, like, a look into the life of PK. I'm gonna provide... Yeah.
You could grab videos from my YouTube and stuff, too.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, if you want, you could just grab all that stuff, if you want to just use that stuff.
Hell yeah. Alright, cool.
Yeah,
Alright, man.
because I don't really have too much good stuff to send you from my camera that I can think of.
Alright, cool. Alright, yeah, I'll grab some stuff off YouTube and Insta.
Yeah, you can grab whatever from Insta, YouTube, it's whatever.
Alright, man. Alright, well, I'll catch you again soon. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you, Tengu God, you too.
Hey, PK Skyler. Peace.
Peace out, brother.
Alright, y'all. We just had the PK Skyler interview coming up on like an hour. Whew. We went deep, you could say. Anyways, same time, some other time. Catch you later. The Tengu God signing out. Also, make sure you're at the Webster Underground May 16th for the Volt Fest. I'm going to be performing at that. We got some fire artists also performing at that, as well as some DJs. We're going to have some merch. I'm going to have some CDs to pass out. I'm probably just going to give them out with like a donation. You can give me like $1, $0.25. If you got like a Lucy. Like, I'm not going to be taking drinks from people, obviously, but like, donation, free CD. Come out, chill, DTG. Maybe I'll do an interview or two there. Who knows? Anyways, peace.
Big stay bleed like a blood from a knife. Get a knife, look in the mirror, put a knife down, look in the mirror, put a knife up, look in the mirror, look in the mirror, look in the mirror. Step outside and look at the sky. My backyard, all these stars like they interstellar boulevards. Mesopotamia, apocalypse, going insania. Mass victims, genocide, placed over war. Take orphans, make them soldiers. Waterboard torture all your victims. Light them on fire, decapitate them on live TV or live twice stream. Beers flow like my bloodstream. Don't give a fuck about anything. In the sewers I found a diamond ring. Chewed on it till my teeth broke. Now they yellow like an Asian egg yolk. There's nothing left inside my brain. Detecting vectors electric through my mainframe. Stoke the fire. Stoke the fire, feed the flames. Stoke the fire. Stoke the fire. Stoke the fire, feed the fucking flames. My insides are so ugly, no one will ever love me. I thought we were in love, now you think you are above me. Everything I've ever done before, that was all charades. And now I'm the last pawn in this fucking losing game.
Yeah, PK and DTG. You already know what it is. And if you don't, find out. Let's find out.